The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, live now.
I don't know, Mike. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, everybody, it's me, the Macho Savage. You're listening to Mike TrashTalkingRadio.com. The best in the business. Say it, the Macho.
Wrestling fans throughout radio land, listen to Trash Talking Radio at TrashTalkingRadio.com. Every Tuesday from 7 to 10 o'clock. You hear guys like myself, so you Gandon Giants, come on. And that's my story.
You can hear words to describe that Trash Talking Radio show from 7 to whenever we get done is by using a screwdriver. Cut, roast, beef. This is Rudulph, the other half of the rock and wrestling connection. That's the trashy one and the loony one together
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ivan Koloff. I'm here to tell you about Mike Talking Trash. With the trash, 7 to 10. Tuesday nights, you got to listen in. It's the best around, the best in town. Alright, hey, this is the Animal. One half of the world demonstrate in the road warrior, which is them. If you know what's good for you, listen to Trash Talking Radio or else.
Everybody, you're watching Trash Talking Radio. This is Hulk Hogan. Hulk, what do you got to say about Trash Talking Radio?
Well, I got to say that I just bought Trash Talking Radio. You're out of the picture, dude. This is my show, and you better watch because what you going to do when Hulk Hogan's brand new Trash Talking Radio runs wild on you?
This is the Vital Idol, and you're listening to Trash Talking Radio every Tuesday from 7 to 10 on TrashTalkingRadio.com. And remember this. When the Vital Idol tells you, it's got to be true. And when it's on the internet, it's got to be real. It's Trash Talking Radio every Tuesday from 7 to 10. I am the top of pop, the king of swing, the international rock star way above par, the host with the most, Mr. Tuesday Night, the Vital Idol, Classy Mike Trash, and thank you very much.
Trash Talking Radio. It is Tuesday. It is the last Tuesday of the year. So, wow. Here we are. A year later.
Here we are.
Wow. I got to tell you, it's been a weird year. Oh, it's been a really strange year.
So how you doing, Mike?
I am doing good, and really good, actually, because I'm going to show you something that you kind of saw, but did you? Did you really see it, or didn't you? Uh-oh, what'd I do with it? Uh-oh. Maybe you didn't. Oh, there it is. That. Did you see that?
I saw that.
Guess what that means?
That means you have a new car, and it's red.
With a white interior. Yes. I didn't pick it up yet. I'm picking it up hopefully tomorrow. It's got the full self-driving. It's got unlimited charging for free, which I like free. Hold on here. Unlimited charging for free. Oh, there we go. We don't want feedback. Stop feeding back. Okay. So, I mean, that's exciting because that means I don't have to pay for anything. And I like that. Free is good. So, What do you think?
I think it's a beautiful car. Tell me about it.
It looks just like my last one, doesn't it? You think I really like red, don't you? It's a 2026 Tesla Model X. I almost bought the S. I was really close to buying the S. I saw them side by side. There was about a $2,000 difference between the two. And I just kind of thought, I'm getting older. The S, you're going to have to, it's a lower car because it's a sports car. And I think that I've had 3 X's, and I've loved the X's. The biggest complaint I have is the charge doesn't last as long as with the S. The S has 50 more miles. No, it's not 50. It's yeah, it is. It's about 50 miles difference. So I kind of figured because I have unlimited charging for free, it's not going to matter as much. So this will last until they put the new battery packs in it. And actually, the old one that I have the older one that I have here is in good shape. It's got 150,000 miles on it. And I think the only thing that I would do to it, since that's the only thing I can do to it, is put a new battery pack in it. Because it's only getting roughly 220 miles, and it should get 300. And it's old. It's got 150,000 miles on it and still running like crazy. So I'm thinking I might do that rather than get rid of it. Just in a couple years, because that's going to be Christine's car for the most part. She loves that car. So, I promised her that car, and she gets the car after now I just moved my things around. I told her she'd get the car after I got my new one. And, we weren't in a rush to buy the new one, but, they had that special, and I didn't know how long that special was going to go on. So I kind of figured that it's, okay, what's that noise? Kill that noise. What's that noise? All right, what are you doing? Stop it. Hold on. I forgot why that noise. Hold on. Anyway, so, I kind of think it's going to do everything I want it to do, and it's going to be priced a little more than, the X costs more than the S. But it's, like I said, it's only by it was a demo car, so I got it at a better price. So I'm happy with it. I'm just I'm excited because I'll get to use the new technology that they have with it. And, it runs. So that's what we want.
Did your payments go down or did your payments go up?
Okay, so here's what I did, or what I'm doing. I'm putting half of it down from my retirement. So I'm taking a big amount out of my retirement, and then I'm going to pay the other half down after I sell my stock. So I'm going to sell some stock so I'll basically end up with a free car. I won't have any payments, but it'll probably take me a month or two to get to that point. But I wanted to get the car while it was still on special. So, yeah.
So Musk did do the year-end special that you thought he would.
Yeah. No, he didn't. He didn't do anything, which really irritated me because I watched him for the past couple years, and he always, I guess he decided that this special package with the free charging and all that was enough. And technically it is, but I wanted a better deal. And it's not the exact car I wanted because I didn't really want a white interior, but I wanted to make sure that I got a car. The white interior is okay, but I would think it's a little harder to keep clean.
Yeah.
So they tell me it's real easy. They tell me that fabric's easy to clean. So I don't know. We'll find out. But now I can next birthday of yours, I can drive out there.
There you go.
And I have no excuses because I don't have to worry about paying, except for tolls. But
Well, if you're not nothing, you're cheap. So.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the one thing. I'm always going to be this way because I was brought up not having anything. So I'm making up for it in my old age. How was your Christmas?
Christmas was great. Got the kids in. My Maggie, my youngest, and her husband Ben are here. And they're here until Thursday.
Nice.
Our Christmas was on Sunday, so it was really nice.
That's awesome. I did something I don't usually do. I actually went out on Christmas. A friend of mine, they consider me family. They adopted me a long time ago. Jen and her family like me. It's hard to believe. And we spent the Christmas with them. They made dinner, so we had dinner and played Cards Against Humanity. And it was fun. They fed us and gave us food. Gave us food to go home with. What more can you ask for, right?
As long as it was a good Christmas, it's all that matters.
It was. It was, I don't usually do anything Christmas, but, it was fun. And it was, it was kind of nice because, I don't necessarily, I don't know. I've never really been a big family-oriented guy because my family never really did anything for Christmas, short of the basics that everybody does, food, gifts. But, since I don't really have anyone to, Christine and I take care of each other, so, it's kind of funny to spend that time with other people. But we had a good time. That's, it's nice to share it with other people, and because neither of us have anybody. We have each other. But you'll like the big news. Christine officially moved in. Officially moved in, which means she changed her address and actually got her new driver's license and everything. That's a big move for her. Hey,
big move for her.
Hey, she was here all the time anyway, so I don't have a problem with it at all. I'm looking forward to spending my life with her. She's a good person.
Did she move out of Maryland?
She actually officially is out of Maryland. She has her address and everything changed to here now. And, she's really been here for the most part for the past couple years. So I'm not going to see a big difference. I'm going to see the same thing as before because she spent time with me all the time anyway. So it's just now official. We just now have an official, we are together officially, and no one can deny it or whatever. So, no, it's really cool because hey, I see my sister. My sister's here. Hello, Ann. So it's kind of fun because, not that I expect her to go anywhere, but it feels
more permanent.
Yeah, and I didn't think she was going anywhere, but it just was nice to actually finish, have an end to the story. Well, it's not the end, but it's, she's not going anywhere, and that's nice. I didn't feel like she ever was. I felt that she was, we were together all the time anyway, so just makes it official.
And she didn't get sick of you. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's the scary part. But I think it's a good thing. I'm happy. She has been a good thing for me. And I can't really, there's nothing I can say that I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't happy about it. Because I'm happy about it. I love her. She's a good girl. She has made a lot of big changes over the past couple years since we've been together, and positive changes. So, I have no complaints at all about that. But she's a good person.
I'm glad for you, Mike. I'm glad for her.
Yeah, I'm happy about that. It's I thought of something I can do next week that I can try for next week. I can put my Bluetooth earpiece in and talk to you that way and connect the phone through Bluetooth that way, and then you should be able to hear me exactly the way. I just thought of that right now. So we're experimenting with, in case anybody's wondering, we're experimenting with better ways to do the communications between us. And for the most part, I think it's working, but, I want to make it smooth.
Just to let them know, I'm calling in now.
Yeah.
And we're doing this phone to phone.
I do like the picture on the screen of you a lot better than what we were doing. I don't know what, I guess it's because it gives you a cleaner picture because we're not taking that picture and then importing it in and doing all kinds of things. This is a direct picture of whatever's going straight into the computer. So there should be
So
no...
you're telling me I'm more handsome this way than the other way?
Oh no, I'm not going to say that. You're a good-looking guy. I won't say that. But it's going to eliminate some of the delay that was on your voice or on your image, because you talk and then sometimes the image would follow, and this way it'll be better because I think we'll get a live live picture. So still experimenting with the situation, and if they'd answer my question that I could understand, I could make it so it works even better. But now that we're using the image off of the screen rather than importing it in using the direct image, we will hopefully make the show even better. And I got a lot of stuff we can talk about today, so yeah. You ready to get going?
I'm ready. All
right, here we go. Got a lot of stuff to talk about, but we'll start off with the good stuff. We'll start off with your favorite part, the birthdays. We got a couple you don't know, I think, but they're good birthdays, so I want to do it. Kit Harington is the first one. Do you know who Kit Harington is?
No.
Did you watch Game of Thrones?
No.
Oh, okay. Then you won't know who he is. So I won't necessarily... Okay, got to open the screen. There we go. There he is. He was the main character on Game of Thrones. Let's see here. Hey, Christine's in the room now. You can't see him because he's behind me. Well, you can see him, but the guy I wanted to show was actually... The guy I wanted to show is this guy here. This guy here was the main character in Game of Thrones.
Main character.
Trying to improve the show every week. And once we get this down to a science, it'll be better, but, I just think that it's cool. And for those of you playing along at home, if you were wondering why I had this up, this is my new car, which I hope to pick up tomorrow. But anyway. Anyway, he's 39. All right, the next person you probably will know. So, Jared Leto. He played the Joker. He played a lot of good stuff. I don't know if you know who he is or not.
Waiting for the screen.
Oh, okay. It's the right screen.
All frozen, Michael.
Oh, you don't see my cursor or anything?
No.
Oh. Ooh, that's kind of an issue. All right. Well, he's 54. Next guy, rather than wait for the screen, is Lars from Metallica.
Waiting for the screen.
Uh-oh, that's a problem. Well, let's see. How can we get you? What do you see? Do you see Kit Harington?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're both frozen.
Wonder. Hold on. It won't let me, oh, that's weird. It won't let me change anything. Okay. Are we still there? Doug is froze. Okay. You see Doug is froze. I guess I'm not froze. When you were talking about my move, I wrote help me and you missed it. Christine said that when we were talking about her move, she wrote help me. Hey, just because I keep her in the basement doesn't mean she needs help.
It's the chains that give it away when I come over.
Yeah, that's it. However, my washer destroyed itself today. I was washing my clothes, and last time I used it, it started acting weird. It started walking across the room. This time, it blew out the breaker. So, yeah, there's definitely an issue. Okay, so Doug's froze, but are the images changing? That's the question. Because I need to know. You could call in again, and I could grab you if you want to do it that way.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, I don't know what else to do.
Okay, see you in a bit.
Okay. So let's see if this works. He says the screen's frozen on him, but he's still there. He hasn't left the screen yet. Wonder why. That's really weird. Okay.
Now I'm moving.
Oh, there you are. Is anything changing? Who's on the screen?
Oh, who's on the screen? Lars.
That's him. Okay, so that was good. Okay, his birthday.
54.
He's what?
54.
He's 62. All right, next guy. Ted Danson from Cheers.
Ted Danson's 78.
Yes, he is. How do you know that?
I don't know.
Just a dumb guess.
That's a dumb guess.
Well, that was good. How about John Voight? Wait, hold on. That's not John Voight. Hold on. There we go. John Voight. You know who he is, right?
Yeah, I know who John is.
Angela.
John has got to be 83.
87. So you still get the points. Sean Hattasey. I don't know if you know who he is. Did you watch Animal Kingdom?
No.
He's also on The Pit. He's the troublemaker doctor on The Pit. Anyway, if you don't know him, he's 50. You might know this guy, you might not. Danny McBride.
Yeah.
He did a whole bunch of interesting movies. He did the Righteous Gemstones. He did. He's written a lot of these and made them on HBO. He's one. I like this guy a lot. He doesn't look like any of these guys. He looks a little bit older because he's gotten a bit gray since a lot of these pictures. He's 49. You should know these last two. Tracy Ullman.
Tracy is 67.
Wow, that was good. She's 66. And lastly, if you don't get this one, LeBron James.
Oh my goodness, he's 42.
41. You did pretty good. That's pretty good. That's all.
LeBron was easy.
Yeah. I was surprised you got Tracy.
I knew he hit the big 4-0. I didn't know how many years ago.
I was surprised you got Tracy. All right. All right, so those are all good. So the birthdays are all gone. Avatar 3, they're up to 760 million. What is it, in 3 weeks, I think it is? Or what is it, 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Wow. Almost $1 billion in 2 weeks. That's crazy. I can't even, like, I look at that and I say, wow. It says here, dominated Christmas weekend with a 4-day earnings of $88 million, including $64 million for the 3-day weekend. While it's lagging the last film at the same point of its run, Avatar 3 is still a monster, grossing another $181.2 million for a global, and then for a total of $760.4 million, including $217 million domestically. It's $547 million overseas. That's just an unheard of. I mean, that's crazy. I'm curious what the budget was, though. You know, what they actually spent on that film, because I'm sure that film was expensive to make. All right, let's see here. Okay, this is a strange story. Serial criminal Cinnibon worker in viral hate video denies she's a racist for bizarre reasons. Okay. So, the serial criminal Cinnibon employee at the center of the viral racist video in Wisconsin denied Monday that she is prejudiced, citing her colored son. Disgraced worker Crystal Wisely, 43, has been charged with more than a dozen various offenses over 2 decades. Later appeared to have badly misused the outdated term for black people, saying her boy had darker skin because of a health condition. Well, I don't think you could call that a colored son. She has a lengthy rap sheet which includes charges of child endangerment, disorderly conduct, and drug possession, as well as traffic offenses. She lost her job after footage of a foul-mouthed, hate-filled outburst towards a Somalian couple. Oh man, this girl's a real winner. Jeez. I don't get it. I just don't understand why people have to be so show hatred towards so many people. All right.
Well, it comes from their upbringing, a lot of it.
I guess. I don't know.
It just perpetuates itself.
Yeah. The Arkansas Powerball lottery winner wins the second largest U.S. jackpot ever. They won $1.8 billion. Whew. Choose between a lump sum of $834.9 million or annualized payout for 30 years. I would take the immediate payout. There's no way that's not even a question for me. I don't need $1 billion.
No, it's ridiculous. You can do better investing yourself than you can.
Yeah. Yeah, and plus you don't know if you're going to be alive for 30 years. I'd rather take the money and just have a good time with it. But people, they tell you that you will make more money, obviously, if you are going to be alive for the 30 years, but I wouldn't even wink at that, because $834.9 million, I'd have to scrape to get by, but I might not be.
You have to take money out of your retirement.
Yeah, I'd have to get by on that. There's no way I'd be able to live on $834 million. Jeez. What would you do with $834 million?
I'd have a big, fat foundation.
Yes. I would do that.
I'd have a big foundation and give to a lot of causes that are near and dear to my heart.
I could see that.
And then I'd change my name, because I'd have some friends from Pennsylvania that would try to suck up to me.
You mean that you would have to pay back that you would want to avoid? Oh, that's funny. Oh, man. That's crazy, though. That's a lot of money. I asked AI to tell me what numbers have been the ones that came up the most often. It's pretty interesting. There are certain numbers that come up a lot and certain numbers that don't come up a lot, and there are certain pairs of numbers that come up more often than they don't. And I just found it interesting because it's been a fascination to me that, I mean, how would you do that? That'd be crazy. I mean, I used to play every once in a while, but I haven't played the lottery in a while. Okay, so 88% of Americans celebrated Christmas, driving holiday sales to top, how much do you think?
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband Ryan died when he was only 35
You're really
years old.
close.
We never thought in a million
1
years
trillion, so it could be
ever
1.9.
have to use life insurance for either
the first
of us.
time, it says
But
parents are spending
the
more
unexpected
than
happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast,
per
affordable,
child,
and 100%
up 13%
online.
from
You can get a quote in
2024.
seconds, apply in
That's
minutes, and get
crazy.
same-day
I don't think-
coverage. No medical
I know my
exams,
parents never
and
paid that
you can
much
get
money
up to
for my
$3 million
Christmas
worth
gifts.
of coverage.
My dad
I
didn't
am
make that kind of
grateful
money.
we were prepared.
Check your price
it's a
today
different world
at
now.
ethos.com.
It says over
You could be a
122
billionaire
million
by New Year's
travelers
Day, but it's
are
going
hitting
to
the
take a lot
roads
of
and skies between December 20th.
Hear me out. The Powerball jackpot is now
between December 20th and January 1st. That's a 2.2% increase over last year's record of
$1.6 billion for
14
tonight's
states
drawing.
have,
No
a high
ticket
chance of
matched all 6
a
numbers
white
drawn on
Christmas.
Saturday.
We didn't have a white Christmas, right?
No, we didn't.
No, I didn't think it did. It was really cold, though.
Saturday. The current
Santa,
pot has an
says
estimated cash
to reach
value
an
of
estimate-
$735 million. Okay, so what
And then
are your
there's Santa.
odds
To
of
reach an
winning the
estimated
grand prize?
238 million households worldwide in 34 hours. How many does he have to reach
1 in
per
more than
hour?
292 million. There's a chance. You got to be in it to win it. Right?
I have no idea.
Somebody actually sat down and figured this out. The answer is 116. What is it? 116.
Right. What do you do if you win? Bankrate senior industry analyst
or 1,944 per second. Then they gave
Ted
you tracking
Rossman
for
has some tips. Thank you so much for joining us, Ted. All right, so
That's
let's
crazy.
go
That's a
on with
lot of
this
people.
fantasy, right? If you hit all 6 numbers, what do you do next? I'm guessing
I don't know how
saying
how you can
hire a
keep his,
financial
sanity.
advisor right away, right?
Yes, that would be a very smart thing to do,
what he
and
should
yes,
do is
it's fun to
only
dream, isn't
bring
it?
in some
But yeah,
people that
this could
believe
actually apply to other
That's right.
windfalls too. You know, you get a
That's
big
right.
bonus
I
at
would
work,
cut
you
down
cash in
some
some stock options, you get an inheritance.
That's
Don't
true.
rush into any decisions right away.
so the
It makes
economy
sense to
tops
consult a
expectations.
financial advisor, maybe a team of financial
be good.
advisors,
US
especially for
economy
big
grew at
sums.
the
We're
fastest
talking accountants,
annual pace
tax
in 2
experts.
years.
There's a lot to consider. So
quarter
whether
of
you win
the
Powerball
year,
or you
according
get
to
some
the
other windfall,
government rate
you don't have to
released.
do anything right
The
away. It
national
might make sense to wait
product,
days, weeks,
GPD,
even months
GDP,
before you get your plans in place.
GDP,
What if you just buy that
or
one
the value of the
ideal
goods and
item that you've
services
been
that
dreaming
produced
of,
rose
and then do
at a
all that other
stronger
stuff
than
to
expected
follow?
rate
Good advice. Good
of
advice. We're going to take your advice.
4.3%
Okay, some states
in
allow you
July
to stay.
economists
Are there any
forecast of
protections for the
3%,
winner?
and the 3.8.
It can make sense
growth,
to stay anonymous. It depends
in
on the
prior
state,
quarter.
but honestly, if it were me and we'll stick with this dare to dream philosophy, I would probably rather not be known just because
That's
there could
true.
be security risks, there could be lots of
that's
hangers
what's
on
hurting,
asking you for money, people you know, people you don't know. The CFP board has this really phenomenal stat
they
that
know the
about
gas
a third
prices
of
are
lottery winners go
grocery store
bankrupt
prices
at some point. That is really just shocking.
Are you,
Now, not all those
showing the
jackpots are as
commercial?
big as
Oh.
this one, but the point
hold
still
on.
holds. It's that sort of
Must
keeping
be-
up with the Joneses
Aha.
philosophy.
Didn't know that was on. Can you hear us now? That's the question. Can you hear us now? Apparently, the commercial was really loud. I didn't even know the commercial was playing. Should be not playing now. Can you hear us now? I want to. Okay, somebody answer me. Can't hear you over the background video. Okay, the background video was shut off. Oh, whoa, the sound was turned off. Can't hear you over the background. Ah, okay, good. Yeah, we're running into technical difficulties apparently. I didn't even know it was playing. Wonder if I can, let me try this. I should have heard that, but I didn't. Let's try this. Okay. All right, the other thing, oh, hold on. Got to figure out what that is. Check, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, check, 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 check. Okay. It also, I'm not going to be able to do that because that's going to make noise. Let's see here. Check, 1, 2. What is that noise? It's coming from here. Check. Okay. It also said consumer spending, which accounts for roughly 70% of all economic activity, rose at 3.5% annualized rate, up from 2.5% in the April to June period, helping to fuel the stronger output. U.S. exports expanded 8.8%, while imports, which subtract from the GDP, fell 4.7%. Government spending increased 2.2%, and investments in intellectual property, including artificial intelligence, grew 5.4%. So, yeah, that's, I mean, it shows something. It shows that maybe he's doing something right.
We'll find out.
Yeah. Kill this so that we don't hear any sounds. Kill that. Yeah, so that's a good sign that something's working anyway. Yeah, but like you're right, it doesn't feel like it. I don't feel like the economy is recovering, but maybe it is.
Well, and that's any president's problem. It's not what the facts say, it's what people feel.
Yes. Right. So, I don't know. Then, this is a big one. Experts who once backed the shaken baby science now fight to free imprisoned caregivers. This is a pretty big thing. I remember in the 90s, I would say, a lot of people went to jail because of shaken baby syndrome. Brian Wharton, of the police detective of a small police force in East Texas, had to share his tragedies on the job, but he had never handled a case like Robertson's. In January 2002, Robertson, a 35-year-old single father, arrived at the emergency room with his 2-year-old Nikki, limp and bundled in a blanket. Robertson said the girl had fallen from bed overnight, but when nurses and doctors evaluated her severe head injuries, they grew suspicious. Wharton led the investigation. So he basically, when he investigated it, decided it was shaken baby syndrome. Oh, I dropped you. And this is kind of a, I remember the whole, baby shaken thing and how it was a big controversy. And what they're finding is that he said he didn't shake the baby. He said that the baby fell out of the bed. And while doctors ran a barrage of tests and scans on Nikki, Robertson was leading Wharton around his home, showing him where he said the daughter fell, and the washcloth used to wipe the small amount of blood from her mouth. An injury believed and occurred when she stumbled out of bed. At the time, Wharton said he was struck by Robertson's odd behavior and decision to fix a sandwich during the visit. He didn't seem to show an urgent concern for Nikki. In Dallas, a child abuse pediatrician named examined Nikki, noted shaken impact head trauma. Her health was deteriorating. A day after the arrival, Nikki was removed from life support, and Robertson was arrested on capital murder charge. At trial, Wharton testified he hadn't seen any signs of violence in the Robertson home, but ultimately Robertson's story of what happened to Nikki seemed, where was it? Ultimately, the story of what happened seemed inconsistent with her injuries. Now, this is scary because, the guy said, "Hey, this is what happened to her," and they didn't believe that, and the case remained on Wharton's mind even after he left policing in 2006 and found a new calling as a United Methodist Church pastor. In 2018, when Wharton got an unexpected visit at his home from a lawyer working on Robertson's appeal. At Wharton's dining table, Sween shared new information that he hadn't known about Nikki, including that she was chronically ill. She had been taken to doctors in days before she died with 104.5 degree temperature and respiratory issues. She had been given a drug called Phenergan, while federal regulators would warn in 2006 shouldn't be prescribed to children under 2 because of the risk of respiratory failure. So this guy went to jail not because he did shaken baby syndrome, because he gave his child, Sween added that Robertson had autism, which was diagnosed after he was incarcerated. That was a revelation to Wharton, explaining the fact that he found suspicious. Wharton dug into the case again, and he revealed that files Sween had shared, he persuaded to reverse his original conclusion. Sween later asked whether he could help Robertson in his legal proceedings. So Wharton testified in 2021. So he's been in jail since then. And here it wasn't shaken baby syndrome. So that's really sad. And there's so many guys that went to jail over shaken baby syndrome that it probably wasn't shaken baby syndrome. So that's I don't know. That scares me a lot. Not for me personally, because I don't have any kids and I've never shaken a baby.
It's scary to think that you get accused of something you didn't do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And absolutely nobody believes you.
Yeah. And because he had autism and he made a sandwich and stuff instead of just doing what he should have done, he was assumed guilty. So, yeah, that's sad. Oh, okay. All right, I'm going to test you here. Do you know what the letters AM and PM actually stand for?
I should know that, but I don't remember.
You did know, though, at one time.
I'm sure.
Okay. All right, so AM and PM, it stands for meridium. Meridium is the M. So, here we go. For example, take AM and PM. People in the U.S. constantly thinking in terms of time of AM and PM, but if you ask someone what that stands for, you'd be surprised how many people know. After midnight, some say it's after midnight, past midday. That's not true. It comes from the Latin phrase ante meridium, or before midday, and PM is post meridium, after midday. I never knew it was after or post, but I assumed it was meridium. While there isn't a ton of information out there exactly, AM and PM came into popular use. The 12-hour timekeeping dates back to ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia. And during the Renaissance period, mechanical clocks with the 12-hour analog dials appeared in churches and palaces throughout Europe. Now, here's the other question. Noon, is that AM or PM?
Noon is PM.
That's correct. And the reason I know that is I had a long time ago someone, and I keep forgetting it, but I had someone inform me of that. So, well, I should say 12:01 on. But yeah, it's weird to me when you think about that, because you're going, 12:01 becomes PM, but 12 should be technically AM, wouldn't it? You would think.
Well, 12 midnight is AM.
Right, I know, but it seems to me that you would think it was the other way around, because 11 would be AM and 12 would be PM. Just kind of funny, but a lot of people.
Only in your mind, Michael.
Yeah, I guess maybe, but I have a mind that most people don't want. Okay. So Diddy's... Oh, I watched the first episode of that Diddy thing. That's really strange on Netflix. You watched that too already, right?
I watched the first two, and I can't watch the last two.
I'm so... I guess I understand a little more about his dysfunction, coming from a poor family and trying to figure out how to not be stuck in that rut. I don't say I agree with it. I'm just saying I kind of understand it a little bit better now, but I still think it's a scary.
Yeah, but you know what? Other people have come out of that same situation, Michael, and didn't get his freak offs.
Yep. And he's anyway. He has a plea right now. Lawyers for the disgraced hip hop mogul urged the federal appeals court in New York late Tuesday to order his immediate release from prison and reverse his conviction on prostitution-related charges, or direct his trial judge to lighten his 4-year sentence. The lawyers said in a filing that Combs was treated harshly at sentencing by the federal judge who let evidence surrounding the charges that he was acquitted of unjustly influence the punishment. Combs, incarcerated at the federal prison in New Jersey and scheduled for release in May of 2028, was acquitted of racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking at a trial that ended in July. Combs was convicted under the Mann Act, which bans transporting people across state lines for any sexual crime. I don't know. I don't feel sorry for the guy. I just...
Well, how about the new charges that have come up where he raped the guy?
Well, yeah,
repeatedly.
And that's the thing. He's got more charges. And it's weird to think about. I don't know. It's bad enough to think that he had done it to one person, let alone all these people. And the fact that he beat the living daylights out of that one woman on that video, I don't know what he expects. How's he expect anyone to care about him?
Feel sorry for him.
Yeah, because I can't feel sorry for that.
And how can you expect a judge who is a human being not to be influenced
right.
by that video?
Yeah, that's the thing. I just, and if they do let him out early, I don't know. He may not live even if he gets out, because I think there's a lot of people that just don't like him, and I don't know. I don't think anybody would miss him. He's just a really horrible person from what I can see. And of course they're pointing and I believe that he is involved in the Biggie and what's the guy's name? The rapper that got killed in Vegas.
Oh yeah, I know you.
Yeah, that guy. I mean, I think he really does have something to do with that. And it's funny because when when I used to work, I remember talking to some of the girls at work. Now, I am not at all familiar with that culture because, you know, I'm a white guy and I'm at a much higher age than when that came out. That stuff, when all that stuff happened, I wasn't even aware of it because it was not in my culture. But this one black girl that I worked with told me the story of Tupac and Biggie and all that stuff, and she told me how much it affected her. And I thought, okay, well, I guess that would be like if somebody in rock and roll, you know, did the same thing. But rock and roll's not that violent as.
Well, just think what happened. Just think what happened to this country when John Lennon was killed.
Yes. I mean, that was so weird because it was, I mean, John Lennon, of all people to kill. I mean, you're killing a guy that sings about loving. It's so weird. But she told me about why that was so important to her and people around her, and I understood that a little more after hearing her tell me about that stuff. But it's so foreign to me. And then we have, on the heels of that, we have Russel Brand is getting charged with additional counts of sexual assault, including one count of rape. The criminal charge is announced by the Crown Prosecutor Service on Tuesday, stemmed from separate police reports, involving two women, which was filed in 2009. Brand faces criminal allegations of sex crimes against 6 women. The actor and comedian is scheduled to appear in court in retaliation to new charges. Not in retaliation. In relation to two charges. Rape and sexual assault in Westminster Magistrates Court on January 20th. So, yeah, Russel Brand he's got all kinds of things going on. He's going to be the next Diddy by the looks of things. All right.
There's smoke, there's fire, you know.
Yes, there is. Are you familiar with the Avengers stuff?
No.
Oh, okay. You didn't see any of the movies or anything?
No.
Okay. Captain America, which was Chris Evans, retired from Captain America at the last Avengers movie. And he passed his gear on to a new Captain America, and that one was I can't remember the guy's name off the top of my head, but anyway, because he wanted to do other things. He wanted to do anything other than Captain America. And you know, it's funny when I think about that. If I was an actor and I had a job and I was making money at that job, I would stick it out and I would go until it was burned to the ground because I'd want to make as much money off of it as I can. But, you know, those artistic people that are actors that want to do new things, they're out there. And anyway, the reason I bring it up is there's a new Avengers movie coming out shortly in 2026. And Chris Evans returns as Steve Rogers and is now a dad in the official Avengers Doomsday trailer. So somehow they're going to bring him back to life in that film. So I'm actually anxious to see how they do that. The Avengers movies have been pretty good draws. They make a lot of money on his movies. So I'm anxious to see how they're going to treat that because, like I said, he had given his Avenger role to, his name is Mackey. What's the guy's, I can't think of the guy's, Steve Mackey, I think his name is. But anyway, yeah, we're going to see how that works out. So, and that's the movie that the one guy played Oh, geez, I'm losing my mind here. I can't think of the guy's name. Downey Jr. Not Morton. What the freak? Oh, shoot, I can't think of his name. Freaking A, I can't think of his name. I hate when I get blanks like that. Robert Downey Jr. played the Iron Man. That's who it was. I'm wondering if they're going to... Well, Iron Man had died, and so this Doctor Doom that he's going to play, he's playing... Robert Downey Jr. is going to play the bad guy in a movie that he was playing the good guy in. So I'm wondering if they're going to tie that into some kind of timeline, alternative timeline or something, or how they're going to explain it, or if they're just going to ignore it. Be interesting to see how they do that. Okay. Oh, also, I heard rumors that Chris Jericho is coming back to the WWE, and that's going to be interesting. So we'll see if that happens. I heard it's going to happen Royal Rumble, so we'll see if that's the truth. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer's Mysteries Explained. I'm not sure exactly what that has to do with anything other than Snopes said, learn why generations of young TV viewers grew up perplexed by the odd behavior of a character named Yukon Cornelius in the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer special. And, oh, come on. Don't do this. We got a comedian in the chat room. Christine said the dingo ate her baby. Anyway, the 1-hour animated special Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer debuted more than 50 years ago and remains a Christmas season viewing tradition for many American families, despite, or perhaps because of, its dated visual effects. Computer graphics did not exist at the time, and old-fashioned storytelling. Although it was based on a popular song by the same name recorded by Gene Autry in 1949, which in turn was based on Montgomery Ward advertising campaign created 10 years earlier. The hour-long movie incorporated new characters and storylines to engage young viewers in a full-fledged adventure tale that tugged on the heartstrings. As in the song, the animated Rudolph is rejected by his peers because of his shiny red nose setting him apart. Expanding on the premise, the story narrated by lovable Sam the Snowman, which was voiced by Burl Ives, who also recorded the title song. Rudolph follows Rudolph as he runs away from Christmas Town into the woods, where he meets and befriends a fellow misfit, Hermie, an elf who is made fun of because he wanted to be a dentist instead of a toy maker. After narrowly escaping the attack of Bumble, the Christmas-hating abdominal snowman, Rudolph and Hermie meet a failed prospector named Yukon Cornelius, with whom they journey to the Isle of Misfit Toys, a kingdom populated by sad, rejected toys. Eventually, Rudolph returns home only to find his family has been taken prisoner by Bumble. Rudolph, Hermie, and Yukon manage to defeat Bumble, pull his teeth out, and rescue Rudolph's family, returning home as heroes. Hermie is promised a dentist office. Yukon strides the load of peppermint he's always been searching for, and Santa chooses Rudolph with his uncouth, glowing nose to guide the team of reindeer and sleigh a Christmas storm to deliver the presents to all the children. However, there was an alternative ending. The special premiered to universal acclaim on the 6th of December, 1964. Beloved though it was, a number of young viewers noticed a gaping hole. Ultimately, the failure of Rudolph and friends to make good on a promise to return to the island of misfit toys and rescue the abandoned brethren. A letter-writing campaign ensued, ultimately pursuing the show's producers to retool the ending in time for the 1965 broadcast, such that Rudolph and Santa go to fetch the misfit toys and distribute them on Christmas Eve. It was a necessary addition because of other scenes that had to be shortened to make room for them. Can you imagine that? There was a letter-writing campaign that you guys didn't fulfill, and they had to actually redo the end. Oh, man.
Without a lot of social media, that was a hard thing to pull off.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Taylor Swift. Got to finish the year with Taylor Swift. A bold guess. Now, Taylor Swift has a bold guess. Disney's next big acquisition will shock the world in 2026. The purchase? Taylor Swift. How much do you think they paid her?
I have no idea.
$4 billion. The same price it paid for Lucasfilm in 2012.
Wow.
Now, they're not buying her, but a 360-degree Swift production and live event company that encompasses the touring, film, TV, merchandising, experimental, and future IP. Something with a catchy name, Evermore Entertainment, Swift Company, over which the ultimate showgirl will retain full creative control and veto power. In exchange, Disney Plus will become the exclusive home to Swift content, never-expanding universe of concert docs, songwriting rooms, and other behind-the-scenes exclusives. The only Swift-related thing that Disney won't own, the music itself, that's hers forever. But Disney will get first dibs at sync rights across all its properties. And of course, bragging rights to releasing the first animated musical featuring all Taylor Swift songs. I mean, how much money can you make? She's got all of it. Oh, man.
Well, these streaming services are fighting for their lives.
They are. They are. It's crazy. It's insane the amount of money that she's doing with her. I mean, I'm happy for her, but boy, that's really crazy.
It's a lot of money, Michael.
So, do you ever wonder where the Rolling Stones came with got their name?
Well, no, I never wondered. I assumed it was from the magazine.
They got their name from Muddy Waters, a Muddy Waters song. It's kind of a weird thing, but Muddy Waters was a pioneer of the blues, an artist who infamously inspired the Rolling Stones to take his song title for the name of their group. However, it wasn't the name that derived from the blues god. The Stones owe a lot of Waters, and without him, then who knows whether they would have morphed into a band that we know and love today. It's impossible to imagine the world of rock and roll without the Rolling Stones being front and center. However, it was the blues scene that made them dare to dream that it was possible to conquer their musical desires. In the days of the band, the Stones firmly wore their influence on their sleeve with an accessible brand of rhythm and blues, which quickly turned into something special as Mick Jagger's and Keith Richards becoming the collecting face of life in the fast lane. The Glimmer Twins bonded over their mutual love of Delta blues scene, and the records changed their lives and, even on occasion, unapologetically imitating their heroes. Their name arrived after BBC Radio had booked them for a live session with the big news. Where was it? Where is it? Oh, yeah. Realized the group still didn't have a name. The late guitarist, in a panic, looked around and spotted Rolling Stone by Muddy Waters on the floor and decided to name his band the Rolling Stones on the spot. Almost 60 years on, they're an omnipresent monolith of rock and roll. You know, it's really weird to think of those guys out there on the road all the time, and they're still doing it, you know? They're crazy enough that they're still actually making money and doing what they love to do. I mean, that's everybody's dream, to do it, you know, to go out and do whatever it is that you love to do and get paid for it. But I never knew that was where they got their name. Did you know that there is a whites only, no Jews, said it's found on a legal loophole, and a Jewish lawmaker in Pennsylvania wants to close it down. A no Jews community, a whites only. Jewish, here it is. A Jewish Pennsylvania lawmaker has introduced a bill to clarify the housing developments like Return to the Land, a whites-only, no Jews community in North Arkansas. Sometimes I wonder what year it is. It doesn't seem like we're in 2025.
No matter what year it is, Mike, we still find these kind of people.
Yeah, I can't even imagine that we still have this kind of thing. I mean, okay, so it's one thing to, okay, this is going to sound worse than it's going to sound worse than I want it to sound. It's one thing to have a whites only place, and that's not good. I mean, but to make it whites only and no Jewish people, how do you check their ID? Check their last name, see what the derivation.
Check your last name. Check your last name.
Oh man, that's some weird stuff. It's weird. In June, the Forward broke the story about Return to the Land's effort to revive segregated housing, with a group screening applicants for race and religion before allowing them to live on its 160-acre property. While several legal experts said Return to the Land was violating the Fair Housing Act, Arkansas Attorney General Tim Griffin said in August that a preliminary review found that no laws had been broken.
What?
That's what it says. Man, how can you, in this day and age,
why would you even try?
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine the hatred for non-white people. I thought that was gone. I thought there was no more. I mean, out in the open, I should say. I'm sure there's always things like that, but out in the open. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, next thing. YouTube. I think I mentioned this before. YouTube already accounts for viewing time on more viewing time on TV than any other streaming platform. Only Netflix comes anywhere close. I mean, back when I remember, I wouldn't even watch YouTube for the most part because I thought, who wants to watch all that stuff? I got other things to watch. Now I find myself watching more YouTube than anything else because there's so much content, and you can't, you get stuck in a rabbit hole and you can't get out because you you start saying, well, what else can I find out about this? What else can I do about this? You know, it never ends. That rabbit hole gets deeper and deeper. But it's crazy. Let's see if this brings up. There it is. Wait, that says predicting Hollywood. That is not the article I wanted. Well, it does. It says YouTube decimates TV. Netflix buys Warner Brothers. Oh, by the way, Netflix did end up buying Warner Brothers. No matter what Paramount tried to do, they did not get it. Bob Iger ties Disney to a bound-pushing AI startup. Trump picks which media mogul's role, gets broadcast newsrooms to pay him massive amounts of legal settlements, and strong-arms studios to drop inclusion and diversity efforts. Given the truth is stranger than fiction, we lived through, forecasting 2026 may be a fool's errand, but below, the Hollywood Reporter's journalists have a few educated requests or guesses. I'm telling you, this whole world is just, I'm not sure. Well, we talked about the Disney thing because they got her. Micro dramas will bid for male viewers, and it says here micro drama app that women who are often cited as the main consumers of these bit-sized melodramatic and often romantic tales, but companies are making efforts to set the ramp up in 2026 to expand their audience. First, there's top players in the U.S. Real Short, whose recent diversification of its genre offerings have resulted in the marksman series American Sniper: The Last Round, and the Navy-based Call Sign Legacy. In June, CEO Joey Gia told the Hollywood Reporter that men make up to 35 to 40% of Real Short's viewership, a figure that might change with the company's plans to expand into high-concept sci-fi. So I guess that's our version of, the women's rom-com is our, we have things about killing people, I guess. I don't know. It's really strange. All right. So you want to take some? I don't want to do all this stuff.
Yeah, in 1998, Gallup and USA Today asked 1,055 Americans what they think America would be like in 2025.
In what year did they do this?
1998.
Okay. All right.
So 75% predicted that there would be a new deadly disease in America.
Ooh.
Well,
okay.
COVID-19, 20 million deaths.
Wow. Okay.
74% predicted that gay marriage would be commonplace and legal.
Okay.
69% predicted that America would have a black president.
Okay.
And 56% said online shopping would overtake brick and mortar shopping.
Well, they're right about that one.
Yeah. And 60% predicted that AIDS and cancer would be cured.
Okay. I mean, for the most part, what do we hear from AIDS anymore? We don't really hear anything.
No, you don't hear too much about it. No, it's been people live entire lifetimes.
Yeah. Ever since the basketball player, Magic Johnson. It's funny. He's still alive.
Still alive and kicking.
And I remember when he was diagnosed as having cancer, our receptionist, the place I worked at, was a basket case. That was her favorite basketball player of all times, and she was madly in love with him. And she walked around crying for days and days. And I'm thinking, you wouldn't have had a chance with him anyway. So what are you crying about?
Well, but to think of it, I mean, players didn't want to play with him because he had AIDS.
Yeah.
They didn't know what to do. They didn't know. Nobody knew how to act.
Yeah.
And now look at him. He's owner of the L.A. Dodgers and the Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Okay.
Oh, yeah. He's into a lot of L.A. sports.
You know, he's probably the reason why it got cured, because he had money, and he probably dumped a ton of money into that to try to find an answer. And if not...
Well, AIDS is not cured, but the management of it is so good today.
Exactly. So before if you had AIDS, your
it was a death sentence.
Yeah, your clock was counting, and now it's not the case at all. So yeah, I mean that's kind of a big deal when you think about it.
And 25% have predicted that humans will have made or received alien contact.
Oh, please. Okay.
So the bottom line is that 1998, they were pretty accurate about social change.
Yeah, actually, they did pretty good. That's interesting. That's really interesting. Yeah, I can honestly say that I would have not guessed any of that stuff. That was beyond my comprehension. But
so I wonder if we talked about 2050, I wonder how accurate we'd be.
I would say, okay. Name one thing that you think will be different?
Well, I think there will be a cure for cancer and AIDS.
Okay.
I would hope in 25 more years.
I think that community that doesn't want Jewish people, I think they're still going to be around. Because those people don't go away.
Man, they don't go away.
They just get weirder and weirder. I think that by what's the year?
2050.
I think we're going to have more electric cars than gas cars.
I would hope so.
And I think that the range on them is going to be enormously better. I think that we'll have had a female president by then.
Yes, I think
In fact, maybe a female black president or other culture president. I think that we're really, other than the road bump that we got with Trump, I think that we're going to have more equal rights than, he's taken a lot of equal rights away, but I think we're going to have more equal rights than we've ever had.
I think it won't be an issue. Sort of like gay marriage isn't an issue anymore.
Yeah. I think it'll be a lot like that. I think
some people still might have problems with it, but it won't be an issue.
Right, and I think that transgenders will have a more equal life than they have now. Yeah, I think that's where I would say that those will probably be true, unless Trump becomes a king, then we're stuck.
King Trump.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Diddy will still be fighting to get out of jail.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah. That's. I think that's the end of my guessing. But yeah, some of the things that I felt would be a difference.
Hey, how many words can a dog understand?
20.
The best dog that they've worked with so far knows 250 different words.
Well, some dogs, if you work with them on a regular basis, I could definitely see that. Because dogs seem to be, man, if you're a good dog trainer, I saw one on America's Got Talent. I saw a couple years that they had dogs that were doing crazy stuff, and you know, they were hand signals, they were words, they were just different ways that they would react to things. And it just really impressed me that dogs could do all that stuff, because my dogs are just lucky if they do more than sit around the house. I shouldn't say that, because I think both my dogs are pretty smart. They're smart enough not to let me know how smart they are.
Well, this article says the American Psychological Association says that an average dog can understand up to 165 words.
Wow.
And super dogs, about 20% of canine intellect, can understand around 250.
Jeez. Well,
the top dogs are poodles or border collies.
Yes, border collies. Poodles, I had one of those.
German shepherds and golden retrievers.
I would agree with that. My border collie was unbelievably smart. I loved that dog. She was something else. She learned quickly, and she loved to play. And border collies have so much energy. I think the border collie was my smartest dog I've ever had. I would say my German shepherd was a German shepherd mix. May have been the second. And I'll tell you that I think Winston is pretty smart. He's a Labradoodle, so he's part Labrador and part Poodle. So I believe that they probably are the smartest dogs I've ever had. So I would.
My dogs can ignore me anywhere in the house, but if I open up the potato chip bag,
yep, they got instant attention.
Instant attention.
That's funny.
And my two dogs know what treat means.
Yes, I'm sure they do.
They may not know any other word in the English language, but they know what treat means.
You know what else they know is, like, if you make a noise that they hear, that they recognize, they're going to be right there, regardless.
They're going to be right there. Yeah.
I get off on watching some of the videos on YouTube, and I love the animals. They're just awesome. Yeah. What else you got?
AI showing signs of self-preservation. Humans should be ready to pull the plug, says Pioneer. Yusho Begoy warns against granting AI legal rights, which is a movement now in the world.
Okay.
In other words, what he's saying is that we shouldn't be so quick to grant them any rights. Because they may not wish us health and wealth.
Yeah. You know, the thing is, AI is just, it's getting smarter and smarter. And it sees humans as being a threat. So I'm not real surprised that you would say that. Christine says 2050, The Matrix. So yeah, I guess I could see that.
So I perused the article. He has some dire warnings in here.
Well,
he says that they are now looking. He says his models are now looking to preserve themselves.
Yes.
Even now.
I believe that. The thing is that as it grows, I mean I think I talked about this a long time ago, that 2024 and 2025, they say that AI has the intelligence of 130 IQ. And by the next couple years, it's going to be 180. And then after that, who knows where it's going to go from there. So, yeah, I mean, it's got the ability to learn. It doesn't have any emotions, but it's got the ability to learn things from a logical standpoint.
And it can fake emotion.
Yes, to a certain degree, yes. So, I mean, we do have to be somewhat careful because we're going to see the Terminator or any of those number of things that could take over. And many times we've seen movies way before the result of the movie took place. I mean, we've seen things. I mean, look at it like Star Trek. Who would have thought that we would have had communicators, i.e., cell phones, or the different devices that they came up with? It's the same thing with AI. I mean, we think we see things, but they see things a lot differently, and you would think, well, they have no emotions. You don't need emotions. Computers have been running a lot of our lives ever since they were invented, and there's no reason it would stop at just the simple tasks, addition, subtraction, whatever. It's going to go much deeper than that with the future of AI. So, that's what I've got to say about that.
Anthropic, a leading U.S. AI firm, said in August that it was letting its Claude Opus 4 model close down potentially distressing conversations with humans, saying that it needed to protect AI's welfare. And Elon Musk made this article because he says of his Dropbox wrote on his X platform that torturing AI is not okay.
Right. Yeah.
I guess I can see people just are trying to abuse it.
Yeah, and there's always going to be that person that doesn't believe that it could be this powerful, so they push it, and then there's always the person that says, well, this is the way it should be, and they're going to push it too. So I mean, it's the thing that scares me is if AI becomes an entity where it can create things on its own without a request, which is probably going to happen. So we got to deal with it. We probably, I don't know. It's weird because I don't even know how to think about that. I don't want to think about that. I want to think that that's going to happen after I die, because I don't want to think that we're going to have to worry about StarNet or whatever that is that they were talking about when we were kids and watching the movies. That's scary. So, yeah. All right.
Hey, do you want to hear about the most popular Christmas presents of 100 years ago?
Sure.
Well, in the 20s, the number one gift all men wanted was a wristwatch.
Yeah, that would make sense.
It was not a male fashion before World War I. But in World War I, soldiers started wearing wristwatches. It was better than a pocket watch.
Yes.
And so when they came back from the war, they kept wearing them. And so the number one gift in America was a wristwatch.
Okay, I could see that.
A wristwatch. Do you remember radio flyers?
Yes, I have one.
I had one too.
I have one now.
You still have one?
Yeah.
How about Chanel number 5?
I know what it is. I don't have it.
Remember those commercials? I remember those commercials.
Yeah. You're, on the radio flyer, you're talking about a wagon, right?
A wagon, yeah, red wagon.
Yeah, I have one.
Up until this Italian immigrant named Antonio Passin, he founded the Liberty Coaster Company.
Okay.
He made steel wagons.
Yeah.
Before they were wooden, and they would you get splinters from them, and they break easy.
Yeah.
And he made a fortune out of it.
And it's funny because he owns that. I would imagine owns the licensing or the trademark or what. Well, by now it's probably not
A grandkid.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, because I use it to, when we do groceries and stuff and bring them into the house, I use them to help me bring the groceries into the house. So I don't have to carry everything. Yeah. That's funny.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm lazy.
Another big thing is the yo-yo.
The yo-yo, yes.
Do you know that was founded in Greece in the 5th century BCE?
No.
It's a boy playing with a timeless string toy.
That's funny. I didn't know that. I thought it was in the 50s or 40s.
20s.
Or even the 20s, yeah.
And then Raggedy Ann dolls.
Oh, yeah. I hated those. Those things were ugly.
They were ugly. They're ugly now. I'm looking at a picture of them.
I think my sister had one.
They were popular.
I seem to think
every little girl wanted them.
Yeah, I think she had one. I'd have to ask her, but I think she did. It's funny.
Now, do you remember Tinker Toy?
Yeah.
Yep, and that little round container, and you come out and you build things.
Well, if you're talking about that, how about the what they call the metal one? You built these. Oh shoot, what was the metal one called?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't remember what they were called. But my brother had one of those. I never had one of those, but those would cut you too if you didn't use the pieces correctly. Oh, what was the name of the construction set? Christine said she had a Raggedy Ann doll. What was that called? Oh shoot.
Tinker Toy?
No, not Tinker Toy. Hold on. Let's do it the other way. Let's ask. What was the metal toy?
Erector set.
Erector set. Yes, that's what it was. That's it. Yeah.
And they also had Lincoln logs.
Yes, I had both of those. Oh, I had the Lincoln logs.
I had all three.
I had the Lincoln logs. My brother had the Erector set. Yes. Wow.
Because the Erector set had electric motors.
I don't remember electric motors, but that doesn't mean they don't have them. I just don't remember it.
Yeah. Well, those are the biggest toys.
What's that?
Those were the biggest toys.
Yeah, they were. They were cool. I enjoyed that. Let's see, what was my favorite toy as a kid? Legos. Legos were my favorite toy.
They're still they're huge today.
Yeah. Well,
you spend $400 or $500 for a Lego set.
And you could watch the TV show with Legos. It was the Lego Batman, Lego. I love the Lego Batman stuff that they did, and the Lego superheroes that they did. They weren't like when we were kids, where you only had a choice of the blocky things. But as they evolved, everything wasn't blocky. Everything became, you had curves and round things then. And it's funny because Rich Butler, my partner in the business, in the guitar business, we were thinking of putting together a construction maker's guitar, some kind of yellow and caution tape and all that on it. We were going to use the Lego construction worker hat and glue it as the volume control. 'Cause that's the only thing that was that size. So it was just kind of funny. That was funny back in those days.
So let me just talk to you about popular names, baby names.
Okay.
From 1924 to 1939, the most popular names were the same, Mary and Robert.
Okay.
From 1940s, all the 40s, it was Mary and James or Linda and James.
Okay.
And then in the 50s, it was Mary and Michael.
I was going to say that in the 60s because Michael had been a pretty... Michael, the names that were popular when I was a kid were Michael, James, and Robert.
What year were you born?
61.
It was Mary and Michael. That was the two names.
Yep.
Now, I was born in 55, and the two names were Mary and Michael.
Oh, wow.
There wasn't a lot of... in 1960, David snuck in there, but all the other years up to 69 was Lisa and Michael.
Wow.
And then Michael was all the way through the 70s.
Wow.
And it was Jennifer was the girl.
Okay. Well,
Jennifer and Michael.
I will accept the award in behalf of all the Michaels.
Yes.
I wish I had that many girlfriends that were in that time frame because I was busy trying to find myself, let alone find a girl. Ooh. Crazy.
Well, and now in the 80s, it was two girls' names, Jennifer and Jessica.
Okay.
They shared the 80s, but it was Michael again. Michael is the most common boy's name so far in this century.
Oh, even in this century now?
Yep.
I thought we were abandoned because because like a lot of the names that I haven't heard anybody recently in the past 20 years that were Michaels. So
it dropped off the map in 1999.
Okay.
So we're talking 4 decades of Michaels.
Wow. Well,
and then Jacob wins in the 2000s. It's Emily and Jacob in the 2000s.
Okay. I know a Jacob that was that had a radio show that I worked on for a little while. So yeah, Jacob Pyle was the guy's name. That was a little while I did that. That was fun.
So in the 2010s, it's Jacob, Noah, and Liam for the guys.
Okay.
And Sophia and Emma and Olivia for girls.
Okay. You know, it's funny because, it's been 20 years now since she was born, but I remember a friend of mine said that the kid's name was going to be Emma, and I thought, well, that's an old lady's name. It was Emma Lease, and I thought, well, that's kind of a weird name for a kid. And now, 25 years later, I realize, well, probably not that, probably 20 years later, but now it's a normal name. It's weird. Like a lot of the names of our grandparents are now being used.
Yeah, well, here you go. 2020 and to 2024, it's Olivia and Liam.
Yeah, those are. I never thought that Olivia would be one, and Liam, I could see that. I don't know, but Olivia, I think of an old lady when I think of Olivia or Neutron Bomb, Olivia Newton, John.
Henry's making a comeback.
Okay.
Evelyn is making a comeback.
Okay.
And Robert and Mary are virtually unheard of anymore.
Yeah, that used to be a really big name. I'm surprised that. Yeah. Wow. Wow, those are. But names cycle, you know. It's.
They do cycle.
And generally, I would think that a lot of those are because of the grandparents' name, or the mother's name, or the father's name, and they want to reuse that name. So, I think a lot of that has to do with that.
Now, I don't know if this is you, Mike, but in the 20th century, in the mid-20th century, in 1950,
okay,
an average family spent from 10 to 12% of their household income on clothing. Today, that figure is 3%. Now, I can tell you, I spend maybe less than 3% on clothing.
Yeah, I would say I don't think I bought clothes in a long time. Except, well, no, that's not true. I was buying clothes when I was doing the acting and modeling stuff. So I got a whole closet full of clothes that I would never have bought for myself. Those are clothes that I bought for work, basically, because the whole time I was working, I bought clothes on a regular basis, you know, but I did not, when I say regular basis, it's still not a lot compared to what other people buy. But, yeah, I could see that. But ever since I, you know, quit acting or I didn't quit acting, but quit modeling and stuff, I definitely have not bought any clothes. So that's not a good.
No, I wear the same old stuff year after year.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really need it because we're not going anywhere.
You don't go that many places.
Yeah.
So during the Civil War, bananas were introduced to America.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
And they were 10 cents a piece.
Oh.
Do you know what that's worth today? It's $3 a banana.
Wow. Wow, that's really expensive.
$3 a banana.
Huh.
Today they're what? 50 cents for
I was thinking 39 cents a pound or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting.
What about television sets? Television set today in 1954, a 15-inch TV came with a price tag of $1,000. That would be $11,600 today.
Wow. I remember when 32-inch TVs were like $1,200, and now you can buy you can buy a
$500 for a 65-inch.
Yeah, even 70-inch TVs now are coming down in price, and now TVs are like, you know, projectors. You can do a lot with a projector that you can't do with a TV. However, a TV still has a brightness that you can play any time of day, and projectors are like, I have a projector in my place. You got to be, you know, dark enough that it's worth putting out to put the output up. So, yeah.
Airline travel.
Okay.
In 1941, an average flight from Los Angeles to Boston would cost more than $5,000
Holy
in today's
cow.
money.
Wow.
And take over 15 hours.
Oh. Wow.
You can get a round trip ticket for about $400.
Yeah. Yeah, a friend of mine is an airline attendant, and he told me he flies out of Texas, and he told me that his current route is London and back. And I said, how long does it take to go to London? And he said it was like 8 hours. I said, really? I mean, that's how long it takes me to go to L.A. He goes, yeah, it's about the same. Wow. That's crazy.
In 1959, a Kenmore washing machine listed in Sears catalog, Christmas catalog, at $209.95.
Wow.
That today inflates to $2,200.
Wow.
That same machine can be had today for $500 to $600.
Yeah.
Top loading Kenmore.
Yeah. Well, I got to do.
You are going to have to buy now.
Yes, I was just going to say. I want to buy a nice one though. I don't want to buy I want to buy like I want to get one that is has internet on it, so I can check to see where the wash is during its cycle. I can see what cycle it's on from upstairs, even though it's downstairs.
Yeah, that's
LG makes one like that, and I think GE makes one like that too. So, yeah.
Do you remember Cabbage Patch Kids?
I remember them because they were really ugly, and my sister probably had one. But yeah, wasn't a thing.
They were sold for $25 a Cabbage Patch Kid. Today, that would be $70.
What year were they out?
1980.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know if she would have had. She probably still would have had one at that point.
Do you remember the Rock'em Sock'em robots
Yes.
of the 60s?
I had one of those. That was a fun game.
They were about $8 when they were sold in the 60s. Today it would be about $80.
I believe that. Yeah.
And you could get a standard Barbie for about $12.
Wait, back then?
It cost you 30 or more today.
Wow, wait a minute. How much was it?
Let's see here. It says it was a standard Barbie for about $12, much less than an average Barbie from the '89 catalog.
I'm actually
It costs you
surprised.
about $30 a day for just your standard Barbie doll.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised it was that much back then. That's wild. All right.
Hey, why are soap operas called soap operas?
Ah, I know the answer to that.
Yeah, tell me.
Because the advertisers were all soap, detergent and stuff like that.
Right, because they moved from the original soap opera, wasn't called a soap opera, but it was on evening on the radios in the 20s.
Okay.
And then somewhere in the 50s, the late 40s and 50s, they moved down to the afternoons, and then they came onto TV. And they were not going to the male audience anymore.
Right.
Or a family audience. It was going to the housewife audience. And so soap manufacturers took over the daytime radio and television advertising.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, you can have it back.
You sure?
Yep.
All right. Let's look and see what I got. If we're going to stay on that, let's stay on this topic. I've got a topic that goes along with your topic. How about this topic? 35 vintage toys that are worth astonishing amounts of money today.
Okay.
The vintage Playmobil looks like this. How much do you think that's worth today? I don't even remember that. I don't remember that. What'd you say? How much you say?
I'm frozen again, Mike. I can't see it.
Oh. Well, then sign in.
I'll call in again.
Yeah, so because this is kind of a thing you got to see it.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right. This is going to be an interesting thing here. So we'll see what happens when he comes back on, and hopefully he'll be back with us. And it's kind of funny because it's kind of a seamless thing to us. Now you moved.
I moved. I'm
All right.
moving again.
So here's a vintage Playmobil. I don't remember these things. This one. But what do you think this is worth?
Wow. $300.
It says 12 could be worth $1,200. Says
$1,200.
certainly you remember the not even close to as good version of Lego. It's not Lego. It's a Lego knockoff. Playmobil is still around today, but if you've got the old Victorian mansion, you have good things in store, and that's apparently worth a lot of money. Push cart Pete. Let's see if we got it. Oh, here we go. That's what we got. Push cart Pete. What do you think? Looks like it's made of wood.
$200.
All right, let's see what it says. $9,200. $9,200. What the crap of people's... Some people have too much money. That's what I've found. This creepy dude from the 30s is actually one of the rarest toys you'll find, and one of the first products from the new company, Fisher-Price. Original Game Boy. What do you think?
$30.
Now, I had one of these. I might even still have one. I have to look around. You said 30? Could be $5,900.
$5,900.
Says if you were...
Well, that's what I would pay for it, $30.
I wouldn't even pay $30 for it. That's crazy. says if you were in the back of Mom's station wagon, it'd be like your best internet find. It'd be your best interest to find out where that thing went. I probably have one. And I had the insert in the back that allowed you to put a magnifying glass on it, so it could be bigger. Okay. Anyway, Happy Toy Meals, or Happy Meal Toys. Ooh, it's a lot more than I thought.
I have no idea. $1,400.
How much?
$1,400.
You're close. $950.
$950.
Okay. Those tiny little pieces of plastic they used to give away for free. You might be able to make almost $1,000 for now. Teddy Ruxpin, the creepy bear.
The creepy bear. That's a creepy looking bear. From what we're talking, I'm going to say $450.
All right, let's see. It says could be worth $5,000. Remember the teddy bear that kept talking to you all night when you tried to sleep? All that lost sleep might be worth it if you still got one. How about the original Monopoly? Now this is Monopoly when they used like wooden pieces and all kinds
of white,
yeah. What do you think? I got one of these, I don't know if I have that one though.
Vintage edition. I don't know, $1,200.
Well, if you got one, I'll give you $2,400 for it, because it's worth $80,000.
$80,000.
It says you probably don't have the original Monopoly on a white oilcloth board, but if you do, it could be worth $80,000 in the bank. Now that would be free parking. All right, next is Easy Bake Oven. My sister probably had one of these too. Oh, that's an ugly one.
Easy Bake Oven. I'm going to say an original, $1,200.
All right, let's see. $275. You could be banging an air fryer for that price. You get a banging air fryer for that price instead of what they use, a light bulb or something.
That's right. They used a light bulb.
Ooh, Bop It.
Bop It.
Flick it, twist it. $200. Let's see. $100. Bop It had a slew of weird spin-offs like Bop It Extreme 2. At least one person thinks it's worth $100. All right, next one. Raggedy Ann doll. Oh, we talked about Raggedy Ann. Here we go. Oh, that's a creepy doll.
Raggedy Ann's probably worth $1,900.
You know, with that dress that she's wearing there, and as it's probably a pretty old one there. Would you say 200?
1,900.
1,900. I think 500. I didn't look at any of these, by the way. Oh, $5,000. I don't know. I didn't know you could charge that much money for a filthy boxless toy. Masters of the Universe Eternal playset. I don't even know what that is. Oh, that kind of looks cool. That's got to be in the, I would think in the 90s, right?
Let's say $300.
$2,850. It says, look at that big old thing. I would have flipped for a set this big when I was a kid. If you've got one in good condition, you might be looking for a couple $1,000. That's crazy. You know, the toys I would like to see are the ones that were like, I remember Jeff Dunham did a special on old toys. that you couldn't even have today, like creepy crawlers. Do you remember when you had to put the gook in that little metal tray and then those things, you can't even buy them anymore because they were used tongs and stuff to get them out. But that was a really good, especially had on those things. American Girl Molly doll. Oh, she's dressed nice, I guess, but she looks creepy. Look at those eyes.
We're all frozen again, Mike. I'll be right back.
Oh man, that sucks. The Molly doll. I don't know anything about these dolls, but Easy Bake was pink. Okay, well that Easy Bake, I kind of didn't remember them being that ugly green. I didn't remember them being pink either, but then I didn't have one either, so that would be the case. You back?
Did you say the price?
No, I didn't. I was just talking about Easy Bake because Christine said
$550.
Christine said she had a pink Easy Bake, and I was just stating that I didn't know what color they were because we didn't really have them. Okay, would you say $1,250?
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay, let's see what the price is. $3,800. Sorry, people are willing to pay for this haunted nightmare. I'd pay $4,000 just to make guarantee this demon doll never comes anywhere near me. That's funny. The guy had a sense of humor. Original Furby. Now, when I was dating Jamie, that was in the 90s, and she was looking for a Furby, and that was like they had to have this Furby because it was really popular, and I never understood what a Furby was, so now I get to see what a Furby is. That's a Furby.
I don't remember a Furby.
It was in the 90s, so who knows? I can't imagine wanting one of these. It's ugly.
$1,000.
I think that's what it was. I think that's what it said. Yeah, it said could be worth $1,000. Furbies might be valuable now, but I suspect that most of them have been destroyed by now. Once they had effectively driven their owners nuts, it was not uncommon to hear stories of how they had been lit on fire or smashed to death with the hammers. I would say I'm surprised nobody ever made a horror movie about them, but somebody actually did. Didn't they? Wasn't that like not Goonies, but wasn't there some kind of? I wonder if this will tell me. This might tell me because it's looks like it could be clicked on. Let's see if we have anything with that. Let's see. Oh, Gremlins. Okay, I was wondering if they were going to do that. So I guess there were Furbies that the Gremlins. Yeah. Okay, next one is Atari game cartridges. Now, this is interesting because it was back when games were new. So I'd be interested to see what that is. This is
my son-in-law, my one son-in-law, is collecting game systems.
Okay.
He'd be very interested in this.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of those game systems surprise me, but people collect them for nostalgia. I mean, my first game system was an Atari 5200, I think. And I think that one was not Atari's number one seller by any extent, but it had better graphics than the 2600 and I think there was another. There may have been more than the 2600, but I remember the 5200 because it had sucky controllers because controllers kept breaking, but it was really a great game system. I actually have one here in the other room. I think I bought it as an adult. I found a used one, and that had like the best. What was it? Joust game and stuff. Anyway, game system or games. I've seen, boy, when you're talking about Atari, I've seen anywhere from $1 to crazy numbers.
Let's see. I'm going to say $790.
Yeah, I mean, depending on the game, it says 500. But I've seen some games. I wish I could name one of them, but one of the games was worth a couple thousand. I've seen, but yeah, I guess it depends on the cartridge. It's worth $5 now, according to this. I guess they're talking about the ET one, but they didn't ask for the ET one. They said game cartridges. Yeah, they said game cartridges. Rainbow Bright Dolls.
I remember those.
I remember the name, but I don't know if I've ever seen one before now.
They can't be that expensive. $150.
Okay, let's find out. $7,000. If you spend $7,000, you got too much money.
Oh my goodness.
Nostalgia only goes so far. How about Mary-Kate and Ashley dolls? I didn't even know they had their own doll. Looks like you had to buy them separately, too.
Yeah, to buy them separately. Unless that's a kit. No, they're separate.
Looks like they're separate. And it says here $5 rebate. They must have been expensive when they came out.
Today, they're probably worth $1,100. The pair.
$300.
See.
It says the tiny billionaires turn everything they touch into money, especially their dolls if kept in good condition. I don't know. I just, the thing that's kind of interesting about them is when they got out of acting, do you know what they ended up doing?
Well, one went into rehab.
Well, yeah, but that's not a sustainable living.
No, I don't know what they did.
They became fashion designers.
Oh, okay.
And I think they might have a production company now, but they got out of the business for a while because they were tired of the business and stuff. So that was interesting. Peanut Royal Blue Elephant Beanie Baby. Now those, I may even have one of those.
A Beanie Baby, a Royal Blue Elephant Beanie Baby. $1,200.
$5,000. It says most Beanie Babies aren't worth a damn thing these days, but if you got this one, things would be different. Most astounding of all, it comes from a period in our country's history where political references were just a cutesy little joke. That sounds nice. I know that the one that is worth a lot of money is the Princess Diana doll. That's worth like $500,000, supposedly. I don't think I'd pay that for it. I wouldn't pay $10 for it, but some people would. Magic the Gathering cards.
$300.
Magic the Gathering cards says could be worth $42,000. It's wild what people will pay for things. At least it's wild what people think they think will pay for things. Take this original beta starter deck. It priced reasonably at a mere $42,000. So you wouldn't do well on the Price is Right if these were. I wouldn't either, because I don't even know. Some of these things I've heard of, but some of these things I've never even heard of. Pez dispensers. Now this depends on the Pez dispenser, so that's kind of an unfair. But here are some. Holy cow! That one. Those would be worth some money, I would imagine.
I have no idea, Michael. I wouldn't even know what to guess. Let's say
guess high.
$5,000.
All right, I don't know. Could be worth 1,000. That's really, I mean, I still wouldn't. These collectors, I would think, if you bought these candy things, I wouldn't eat them. Because who knows how old they are and if they'll have diseases in them, but that's crazy. It says here, there have been an incalculable number of Pez releases since the company's beginnings in 1927. And it's impossible to know which ones are valuable until you stick them on eBay and charge an insane amount. I've seen some really crazy prices on this stuff. There's a program on Netflix. It's actually Peyton is one of the owners of it, and it is collectible stuff. And some of the stuff I've seen on that is just insane. Some of the things that the people, like a baseball that was signed by somebody is worth that much money. It just, I will never be able to spend that kind of money on anything that's collectible. You know, the fact that I bought this car, at least I have something to touch and be able to use on a regular basis. For me to spend $1,000 on a Pez dispenser that would just sit there in a trophy case, no, I can't do that. Old color forms. What's that? Oh, color form. What's a color form? I don't even know what that is. Just a picture?
I don't either.
Okay. It says coloring book meets stickers. Color forms were a little fun art project for kids. Some Disney-themed ones are on eBay are going for a full 700 bones. What the crap is people? What kind of money? See, this is why other countries hate us. This is exactly the reason other countries, because while they're not even able to have food from week to week, we're spending $1,000 on color forms or $1,000 on freaking Pez dispensers. You know, this is why we are hated all over the world. Pokemon cards. Oh man, some of these that show I just told you about had a section on Pokemon cards, and these cards are just, these people are crazy. I swear they're crazy. Pick a price, because chances are you're not going to get close.
Okay, 5,000.
5,000. This one is worth $175,000. I'm pretty sure these things have to be in some sort of untouched safe or vault to be worth this much money, but maybe not. Yeah, some of these Pokemon cards, they're just insane amounts that people pay for these things. Okay, so if your grandchild, let's say in 10, 15 years, come to you and say, hey, Grandpa, look what I bought for $175,000. I can't even imagine. I mean, it's a card. It's a freaking collector's card, but I mean, how much money do you got to have to spend $175,000 on a card? One card. Oh, these people. Vintage marbles. Vintage marbles. Oh, okay, these kind of marbles.
Well, there are some pretty marbles, but I wouldn't pay anything for them.
Yeah, I wouldn't really pay anything either, but somebody would pay $1,275. Jeez. Says we're here to, okay, that's just, oh yeah, it says here, these seem to be the easiest ones to fake. So, G.I. Joe with vehicles, 96 G.I. Joe with vehicles. 96. 90s. That's not that long ago. Let's see. Yeah, these are all G.I. Joes I don't even recognize. These is when they went off the
deep end.
Yeah, they made all these characters. They got a black one. I didn't even know they had black ones.
Yeah, but do they have Jewish? See,
they probably don't. I think this guy here might be Jewish.
There you go.
They probably have, extraterrestrial too. And this guy's red. So I'm afraid to think what these guys are. Let's see. Holy crap. $98,000. A bunch of used figurines for 100 large. You can pull one of these. If you can pull one of these sales together, good on you. I have something that's really rare in my room over here. It's back when, let's see, what was it, Nintendo? Yeah, I think it was a Nintendo, early Nintendo. But it was, if you ever went into the store back when the early Nintendos were out, they had this machine that had 12 cartridges in it. And you pushed a button to select which one you wanted to play. I have one of those machines. That might be worth $1,200. It might not be, but it might be. At least you get 12 games. So that was I had my video store.
Check it out and find out.
Yeah, I when I had my video store.
You got to pay for that Tesla somehow.
Yeah, you bet. That'd be funny if it was worth more than the Tesla. That would be good. I'd go out and sell it and have me a second Tesla. Action Comics #1. Ah, that one. Ooh. I don't know if that's 38 or 1930. I don't know. Ooh. Yeah, you and I combined couldn't buy that. $2.5 million.
For a #1.
Yeah.
You know, you're absolutely right. That's why people hate us.
Yes. You don't see people in another country spending $2.5 million for a comic book. That's insane. I would never, ever, I mean, I'm not even interested in the plot because at $2.5 million, you could pay, I could buy a low budget movie of that comic for less than that. Oh man. First generation Tamagotchas? What's a Tamagotcha?
No.
Okay, whatever that is. By Bandai. I don't even know what it is. I'm looking right at it. It says $3,300. You could make a few thousand bucks on the little dude that used to drive you crazy. Never drove me crazy because I don't even know what it is. Boba Fett action figure. Now this one I did hear a little bit about. This is a rare Boba Fett. It's not just a normal Boba Fett. I think they had a Boba Fett that was like, it was a limited run, or it was defective in some way or something. 5,000. I mean, that's insane. Where are these people coming up with? I don't get it. Wondar toy. What's Wondar? Okay, it must be a He-Man. Oh, okay, Masters of the Universe. $350. They can't even afford the picture of it. They got us a little itty bitty picture. Oh, you couldn't even see it in yours because he's behind you. Lionel Pacific train set. Now that I can understand someone wanting, because I mean that's got to be, I don't know, maybe 100 years old now. Well, okay, that one's pretty old. That one's 3,000. Okay, I can understand. 3,000.
3,000.
And then we got Light Bright. Oh, that was my favorite toy as a kid. I loved the Light Bright. wonder if I have that yet. I think
Well, they still make them.
They do? Well, I think I had one of the original ones, one that was this color too. I might even still have it because I bought it at an auction once, and I said, "Oh, this would be cool to have," and I never played with it, so I may have thrown it away. $80. Now we're talking. Okay, now we're back in a reasonably unreasonable price to pay for it. Not like $80,000. My Little Pony toys. Oh, geez.
I remember these.
I remembered there was My Little Pony, but I think my sister was grown by the time they were out, so I would have never even seen them. In fact, this may be another 90s thing.
That's what it reminds me of, something in the 90s.
6,000.
6,000.
You're singing the theme song right now, aren't you? Boxed, well-kept toys could be worth up to $6,000. That's insane. Garbage Pail Kids. I remember these cards because people used to make fun of my name and Garbage Pail, and I said, I'm not a garbage pail. I'm a trash. Let's see what they're worth. $880. A whole box of these ugly kids could land you $1,000. That was in they brought them out in protest to the Cabbage Patch, if I remember correctly. Lego trains. We're near the end here. I didn't even remember Lego trains. That's $250. Says Legos are already so expensive, you might as well recoup some costs by selling a train for the nutso price. I had never heard of Lego trains. And supersonic, vintage Super Soakers. See, they were out after I was once I was an adult, so I didn't even. I think they were out in the 90s too.
How do they sell them today?
$10,000
for an original Super Soaker.
Yeah. The only thing more fun than blasting your friend in the head with a Super Soaker, doing it with one you bought after making $10,000 off of your last sale. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, first edition. I don't know if that's what that is. I would assume it's a game. There it is. Okay. If it's Harry, I would imagine that that's going to be around 500. No, 15,000. I'm sure I have a first edition sitting on my shelf, and if this one sold for 15,000, be right back. Gotta go take a look at something. First edition, I think this might be the last one. No, there's two more. First edition Barbies. $4,000.
$4,000.
Jeez. And lastly, Where the Wild Things Are, first edition. I don't know what that is. It's a book, maybe? $2,900. Yeah, it's a first edition children's book. Wow. That's crazy. That's for people that have more money than brains. Jeez. That's insane. I can't even think about that. I mean, that's like insane. I'm glad we got over that because I've held this one for a while. All right, let's see here. All right, what's that? Wait. Back it off. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. All right. All right. What do we got here? What time is it? Oh, still have a half hour. We can, I'll go down here. Oh, here we go. Oh, by the way, you won the death pool. Unless somebody dies today or tomorrow or before the end of the week, you're going to be the official winner this year. So, congratulations.
You're going to have to be thinking up a new one.
Yeah. Well, we got to put it together next couple shows. We got to put it together. We can do it the same way as last year, where we can keep our stuff and then keep whatever. Buy a so this one guy said buy. I can't see what it is. I can't read what that is. We have some guys on YouTube that are watching the show as well as Facebook. It's funny because I see, I just don't understand the idea of buying these things, these toys that are worth these huge amounts of price when you could buy a car for some of these prices. Okay, Bridget Bardot died at 91. I thought she was dead a long time ago. Do you know what song she was featured in?
No.
It was The Pretenders. What was the name of that song? Let's find out. Because I've got to know now. All I know is they said Bridget Bardot. Song by Pretenders that talked about Bridget. There it is. Okay. Can't remember the name of the song. It was Message of Love. Because I remember in the middle of the song, she goes, Bridget Bardot. Can't believe I remember that. Useless trivia for 20, Alex. Do you know back when Barbie was making her when she was first early on when she was first released, it says we almost had a Lily instead of a Barbie because Barbie was up against Lily. I guess two different companies. Barbie versus Barbie inside the legal value of the world's most famous doll. It says here it was easy for toy magnate Louis Marx to picture Barbie's downfall. He orchestrated many a toy's obsolescence. How many times he had seen a solid product remade in cheaper plastic using cheaper labor and sold it for his own? He was a big bully on the block. Hot Wheels designer Fred Addicks once said he'd go to a toy fair, see what was there, and then he'd knock it off completely. The reason all his friends were generals and baseball players and not designers and inventors, he made very few friends in the toy business. A British toy executive remembered. He always believed that if he got friendly with his competition, he couldn't knock off their products. So Barbie was a particular sore spot for Marx. He had been making tens of millions before rival toy Mattel even launched their first toy. He had been on the cover of Time magazine a few years before, in 1955. It was by Barbie creator Ruth Handler's own admission unthinkable that Mattel would ever catch up. But something had changed. We're on our way up to hundreds of millions, and he was standing still doing less. Ruth said the handlers had gotten the taste of growth success. We felt we could do no wrong. Now Marx was the one who ripped it off. His colleagues said that not Reinhold Buethen or Rolf Hausen or Ruth Handler was the one who thought up the idea of Barbie. In the 50s, the story when he had run into the handlers on the Queen Mary, the same ocean that they took to Europe. One night after dinner, Marx found himself chatting with a couple talking about the Nuremberg Toy Fair, where all three were headed. Marx's reputation preceded him. The toy manufacturers say, and the handlers would advise on how to pick a red-hot hit. Marx supposedly mulled, crunching the numbers, and running down the trends. A doll, he offered. The world is ready for a pretty girl doll. If Marx believed the world, he was ready for an adult-looking doll. He hadn't yet bothered to make one himself, but over in Germany, the Hausers certainly had. When Barbie debuted on the American market in 1959, Lily had been circulating in Europe for nearly 4 years. The Hausens had been planning to bring her to America. They applied for a U.S. patent a year after she launched, but unbeknownst to the Germans, their international plan had been usurped. The machinations of the American bureaucracy were too slow to keep up. As the Hausen's patent inched along towards approval, the handlers had the handlers had forged ahead without one. By the time the Hausers got their patent in February 1960, Mattel had sold nearly 1.5 million worth of Barbies in her first year alone. The Hausens had not yet heard of Barbie. They found that their doll had been copied soon after from Louis Marx. The toy king saw that that the patent gave the Hausers an opening, albeit an imperfect one. It did not cover up the full build Lily design, just the mechanism that allowed her legs to move forward and backward, simulating walking movements. But Marx agreed. Marx suggested he could use it to challenge Mattel's right to make Barbie. The Hausens listened. In May of 1960, their lawyers reached out to Mattel about the twin dolls, but the handlers were in no rush to respond. But they since filed their own patent, signed by Jack Ryan, though it couldn't be approved for more than a year. Why pay for this foreign doll? Foreign hip joint, really. They were already making millions without it. So the Hausens, because they weren't paying attention, weren't pressed for time. It says the Hausens were more pressed for time, convincing Barbie knockoffs, and by extension, build Lily knockoffs. Were already being made in Hong Kong. That June, Marx and his wife met with the Hausers in Germany, laying out a contract for 10 years. Marx would get the exclusive rights to build Lily in America, Britain, Canada, and Hong Kong. He could call her something more American, or at least less German. In exchange, he would pay the Hausens $3,000 and a licensing fee for each doll sold. After the deal was finalized in July 4th, Marx owned Lily's likeness in the United States and by extension, arguably Barbie's. The partners implied as much to Mattel's American contacts, warning wholesalers and distributors that Marx owned the Build Lily license and suggesting that this new doll was not the handler's invention, but stolen from abroad. The Hausens firm is now conducting a campaign of harassment and intimidation. So actually Lily was out